Welcome back to Talkville, folks. We're here again with you, lovers of Smallville, fans, patrons. Tom, good to see you. Ryan, Bryce.
Howdy.
Yeah, good to see you guys. This is a big episode. It's a big
episode.
Somebody shows up.
Yes, they do. We thank you for joining us every week. And if you want to continue to see the show, please support us and join Patreon, patreon.com/Talkville. We always talk about it, but it's a great thing. There's a new tier added on, and check it out. A lot of cool stuff, like a little viewing with me and Tom, and a little sign something that nobody has, all that kind of stuff. There's it's a great
Special
family
things.
too. So many people meet lifelong friends, after this, and I love the discussions. I love the just the love. So thank you. Patreon.com/Talkville. And if you didn't get a chance to call into the hotline or leave a question for next week's episode, please do. For future ones, get ahead of the game. All that and more is down in the show's description. And what else can I say? We're going to be doing a cruiseville in June. So go to cruiseville.com. Excursions with me and Welling. And Smallville Nights. Get tickets for that, of course. And then Chicago Smallville Con in September. Tom and I will be in New Orleans in January 11th. So get tickets to that. And many other cons. So just look on my link tree at the Michael Rosenbaum and the link tree and Cameo and all that stuff. Tom's also on Cameo. And Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath, available on Amazon. 1 cap in your dog's water. It's odorless, tasteless, and your dog's breath will get better. It's me on the bottle as well. It's cool. My dogs are in there, and
Ryan's been taking it.
Ryan drinks it just like a cocktail.
I do, yeah. I mix it with a gin.
And The Talented Farter on Amazon. Please get the book. It's my farts. It's a sweet book. I think you'll like it. Without further ado, let's get into season 6, episode 4, Arrow.
But for legal reasons, do not mix Puppy Fresh Breath with gin.
Yeah, don't do that. Title Arrow aired October 19, 2006. Director Michael Roll. Loved that guy. Writers Kelly Souders and Brian Peterson. Loved them. Guest star David.
Yeah, we got to get them
McElrath
on the show.
As Milo and Justin Hartley as Oliver Queen. When a masked vigilante begins taking over the headlines and hearts of those in Metropolis, Clark balances the decision of revealing the truth versus protecting the anonymity of this new Robin Hood. All the while, Lex tests Lana's loyalty amidst the testing of a cataclysmic weapon.
The episode opens with Lionel Luthor schmoozing Martha Kent at a Metropolis fundraiser so that she can schmooze other donors for political favor. Oliver Queen arrives with his date, Lois Lane, and we get a glimpse at her small talk skills as she embarrasses important guests. As Martha delivers her speech, an arrow pierces a nearby electrical box and shuts the lights off. Suddenly, a masked man wielding a bow grabs and snatches Martha's chain and makes his escape. Lois hunts him down and definitely gets close enough to recognize who it may be, or probably even smell him, because she smelled him earlier, regardless of him wearing a mask, but he's able to repel out of the party before things go further. Yeah, does Lois not remember just a day or so before when Oliver did that archery shot with the soda can?
That's kind of what I was saying in the last episode.
You did say that last week.
I did. I just, I don't understand. It's like, if like you were around somebody who was always farting, and then the next thing you know, it's like,
Who farted?
who farted?
Who arched? Who Who did some farchery?
After the robbery, Lois is giving information to the hired Luthor security staff, safe techs, and mocking them for getting paid $1 gazillion to be inefficient. As security leaves and Lois has a conversation with Oliver Queen at a similarly close distance to the one she had with Robin Hood, Clark Kent waltzes in Oliver's penthouse apartment. And Oliver makes lighthearted jabs at Clark's unspoken feelings for Lois and shares information about other Richie riches who have been stolen from throughout the city. I like his apartment. I remember where that was on the second soundstage that we had in the back.
Oh yeah, that was a great set.
It was a great set. It was cool. It was very, he's very much like, it reminded me of like a Batman would live there.
Yeah.
I think Arrow is more legally clearable Batman, I think is what he is.
I think so.
The next day, back in Smallville, Lex and Lana are on a romantic date at a treadmill. Yeah, they go on a run. They're all sweaty. They get interrupted by Dr. Grohl, who stops by to share new developments with Zod's power source that he found after Dark Thursday.
Go ahead. You could say anything in front of Lana except that. Holy shit.
Did you guys go full Hoffman on this with like Marathon Man? Like, did you guys run around the soundstage before you entered that, or did you just kind of like do some jumping jacks? And
No, but I know. Aren't we wearing clothes? So
I mean, you're glistening.
I guess it was weird. It's like you should be having running clothes on.
Don't they? I mean, don't they spritz you to look sweaty? Don't they give you a little...
They do. They do. I always hate that because then you look greasy, and sometimes people don't go. They just go, "Why are you?" Especially when they cut things that tell you what they were doing, but they didn't at least this time.
Despite the artifact having the ability to potentially cause mass destruction, Lex urges the Doctor to continue working. And despite this causing nearly everyone she loves to die and her to be made some sort of slave wife, Lana doesn't object.
Over at the Daily Planet, Lois stops by to enlist her cousin's help with a new Vigilante story, but is hesitant to reveal details on the off chance that Chloe will steal her scoop. In the midst of their convo, Clark catches a stray with relation to his dance skills. Chloe reassures Lois and gets her to share the ring found the night of the burglary, when all of a sudden, an arrow flies through the room and releases toxic gas and knocks the two girls out. If he was paying attention, he should have noticed that she had it on her computer. But I guess later on we find out that he deleted them or whatever. Yeah. The next day at Luther Corp, Lionel arrives for a morning meeting with Lana Lang. He makes small talk about Lex's endeavors into genocidal alien technology and their recent combos about killing his son. Lionel shares concerns about Lex opening Pandora's box and asks for Lana's help destroying Zod's artifact. Here's what I don't understand.
I don't even understand. I didn't even know what they were talking about.
But do you think Lionel, like at the end when we find out that they're both like, Lex asked for his help, he wouldn't trust his father out of all people to do this. And he knows we'd hold it against him. I know he had a backup plan, but it just
you said earlier that he was testing Lana's loyalty. Maybe he's testing Lionel's loyalty.
I think he's already tested Lionel's, I don't know. Over in the Talon Loft, Oliver Queen meets Lois to learn about her Green Arrow bandit story. He tries to reason with Lois to bring out compassion rather than brute justice and isn't able to break through the corporal crime hunter.
Back in Metropolis, Clark goes to meet with Lionel at a new building development. He brings confidential paperwork to try and get some break in the case, and Lionel reveals that there is only one person in the SafeTex client list who has not been stolen from: Simon Westcott.
Simon Westcott. Ooh. Side note, if you hire them and have 99% chance of being stolen from, then you shouldn't hire them.
Does SafeTex not, now just reading it out loud, does it not sound like a condom company?
The new SafeTex.
SafeTex.
Protect yourself and others. 99.9% effective. SafeTex. Real latex. SafeTex.
It's safe sex with SafeTex.
Safe sex with SafeTex.
Is this another t-shirt?
SafeTex.
Oh, Clark makes his way to the Westcott residence in anticipation of facing Robin Hood head-on. Outside the home, we see Legolas shoot an arrow to repel into the highly secured home. He uses more archery skills and a voice modulator in his attempt to rob Westcott. However, Clark steps in to confront the thief. I
kind of like this. I kind of like this scene a little bit. Clark's a little bit like, "Yo, bro."
And I like how he was like,
"Pump your brakes."
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
In an attempt to prevent the valuable artifacts from being stolen, Clark throws the green arrow into them, thus breaking the valuables. This triggers nearby security and causes the green arrow to try and shoot his way out before he finds a convenient distraction to vanish.
I got to tell you, the best part about this episode is we get Justin, right? My biggest pet peeve is like, Clark is an insurance investigator the entire episode. Aren't there other things going on?
The next day inside Luther Corp, Lana bumps into Dr. Grohl. Lana warns him that Lana will try to strong-arm him with relation to the Zod artifact, and she plays mob boss with veiled threats as a means to intimidate Dr. Grohl to not crack under pressure. I like that scene. It was like, wow. I don't know where all this came from. You think that she knows so much about the artifact that she was like, I just don't get her turn. Like, she saw what happened to Lex, that she wouldn't want this gone. She's like kind of 360'd this whole situation, and maybe she's going to play him. Mm-hmm. I knew Tom was going to like wink insinuationally.
It's totally what's happening.
Back in Smallville, Lois is taking Green Arrow hotline calls when all of a sudden 2 men attack and kidnap her from her bedroom. Luckily, she's able to make a call to Chloe, who alerts Clark to super speed in, but it's too late. Oliver conveniently stops by for a date and is abruptly told that someone took her. Cool. Instead of figuring out where she went or checking outside, the two Superboys jaw back and forth about the code of ethics of the Green Arrow. Smallville's first text message happens in this scene. Hilarious.
Oh.
Really?
Huh. 2006. Text messages.
Interesting.
Running around. When Clark receives intel from Chloe about a certain family crest related to the Green Arrow, Clark heads straight to Oliver Queen's penthouse. He trespasses the home and finds Oliver's room full of bows and arrows.
That was cool. That was cool, man. I like the design, the production design, the props. It was just really neat, and there's a lot going on, and the articles.
Interesting.
It was very well laid out. I really appreciated the detail. They paid attention to detail in this, and it really paid off.
Yeah, the newspaper clippings of vigilante good deeds. Would you? I don't know. Is it
narcissistic.
Is it narcissistic, or is it like just trying to figure out like what people know about him so that he can stay incognito?
Or maybe it's in case someone breaks in and sees all the good he did.
Oh, also
like
that
Clark.
too.
Like Clark.
Oh, yeah. So Clark can be like, oh, he's a good dude.
Oh, wait, he's good. Hang on.
That's why.
I was just like, wow, this guy's organized.
I know.
He's so organized.
Without Jess, I don't think you'd be very organized.
I'm not an organized person. No, I'm clean, but I'm messy.
Did he go to Home Goods or like just like, because the very, it's all very like nicely hung on the wall and there's like some mood lighting. It's green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
I
like
like
a
being
single
neat. I'm
guy,
neat.
that's impressive.
Are you messy or neat,
Yeah.
Ryan?
I try to be neat, but it's kind of hard when you're
I'm
in a
pretty
one-bedroom
neat. I'm like
apartment.
OCD neat. Like not crazy, but like I like things to be in their place. I like to know where I need to go to get them. They're going
That's
to be
true.
there. So when I have something on my desk, and like this goes here, I go, I'll do it later. I go, nope. And I do it right then. I'm putting it away because my ADD mind, it will just keep going.
I heard something the other day. Somebody said, don't put it down, put it away.
Yep.
Eh.
Do something with it. Put it where it belongs.
Lois gets brought into an abandoned warehouse and begins getting tortured in an attempt to reveal what she knows about the Green Arrow's identity. Milo, the head of Safe Sex with Safe Tex, tells his men to stop when he realizes she knows nothing. In response for his business failing to protect his clients and thus getting reported on for being incompetent, he intends to kill Lois Lane for highlighting his shortcomings. Milo has the security agents turn into hitmen as he tells them to shoot Lois. Just as the shot fires off, an arrow comes out of nowhere and deflects the bullet. The Green Arrow rappels down and begins kicking ass to save Lois.
It's some cool moments, and the guy was pretty good. The bad guy,
He was.
He was good. He was subtle. He wasn't too over the top, which could easily have been done.
Yeah.
Her being dunked in water, and then they were gonna, instead of just drown her, they were gonna shoot her. It's like, why don't you just drown her? You're already drowning her. Why do you got to shoot her now? It's maybe it's less traceable.
I don't know. I've never thought about this before.
It looks scary.
Yeah, Lex waits for Lana to arrive home and congratulate her about her successful blackmailing. Lex asks Lana if somewhere deep down she relates to Lionel and fears his intentions. Lana tells Lex that she knew it was a weapon. However, she does not want the project shut down. Evil Lana, or is she playing Lex? Again, we just don't know. Unless you've watched the series 10 times. After the Green Arrow saves his damsel in distress, she immediately flips on him and holds him at an arrow point. Still having no clue who the man in the sunglasses is with an unrecognizable jawline. Lois goes to remove his glasses but gets stopped when a nearby billboard begins to spark. Turns out it's just Clark from the distance doing his super vigilante brother a solid in protecting his identity. Clark confronts Oliver on his way home and tells him that they'll be even once he returns what he stole from Lionel. He doesn't care about the others.
Pretty cool wheelie he did for no reason also.
Yeah, I mean, it pieces together nicely. He breaks in, he sees that, oh, wait a minute, this guy's doing this for all these reasons, and she's gonna arrest him, and he, helps him, and it's the beginning of like the Justice League in a way.
Tom, is this the episode where you said that they made Justin's voice like way darker in that alleyway scene?
It was like this.
Yeah, when Justin brought I'll tell this story real quick. When Justin brought his family together for the episode, and he was like, cool, this is my big episode, everybody check it out. And all of a sudden he was like, the Batman voice, he was like, what?
You needed to change his voice. You needed to. It needed to have to.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough you can tell exactly who he is with the hood on and the glasses.
I know.
By the way, how does he see at night with glasses on?
Ridiculous.
You ever tried that?
Ridiculous. I do not know why they did that.
Are they not his like night vision goggles because they got all like the little digital stuff like telling him how far away stuff is to shoot?
Oh, maybe.
Are they like little tactical things? But they're a little bit
300
more
meters.
stylish. Yeah.
Yeah. So he cheats.
The next day at the DP, Chloe shares that the Robin Hood vigilante returned stolen artifacts, and Clark tries to play down the heroics behind the robberies. Clark tells Chloe to close the file on the Green Arrow bandit. Lois, on the other hand, isn't so keen to drop the investigation, as she tells Oliver at the town that she has no plans to ignore this new threat to Metropolis. That night, Lex returns home to be greeted by his father in his office. Lionel alludes to being involved in some plan that Lex concocted to test her loyalty, and then asks Lex to let Daddy close. Lex tells his father that he doesn't buy it and won't let him get involved in the project. Close?
I think it's close.
Oh.
But you know what? I hate to
Listen.
say I hate to say it, but and I never do this, but like I really love this scene with me and Lionel. I thought it was like, oh my God, he's testing her. She's in it. They're both conniving bastards. And it's like, I know what you're doing, Dad, so you're not going to do a God blessed thing because you know you can't because I got shit on you. It's just so Luther. It was cool.
But Lionel's having a fling with Lana, so it's like, it's so multi-level.
How dare you? That'd be gross.
Close.
Clark heads into the barn and is greeted by the Green Arrow himself, Oliver Queen. Clark asks him to return the favor and keep his farm boy anonymity after he warns Oliver that his lies will only hurt Lois based on personal experience. So I really like this scene. Robin Hood returns Lionel's necklace to Clark. Then they debate the idea of the ends justifying the means with regards to their different approach to being super. It was really a great scene. This was, I bet you, don't say Ryan, but I bet this is Ryan's favorite scene because he's sort of saying, hey, you're helping your friends and helping the community, but there's a bigger picture here, man, and we need to join forces and we need to work together to help humanity in its entirety. And so it was really cool and it made you think, and Clark was sitting there going, wow, I didn't know that I can be bigger than this, or this is bigger than me, and whatever. I thought this scene was great.
Yeah, I think Clark can't get to where he does at the end of the series without this scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because Clark is like all about doing what is right and what is just, and he's just had that
In the,
hammered
like,
into him.
yeah, like
And
right
then
now, yeah.
he's not familiar with like the gray areas that Oliver Queen is like dabbling in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sometimes you gotta do some bad stuff to get the real bad guys.
What he
down.
should have said is, look, Clark, I know you're down about stuff and Lana and all that, but there's a much bigger picture than just a pretty girl and this crappy love triangle.
Mhm.
Well, I also think that Clark's been living in a black and white world, right and wrong all the time. And what Oliver's saying is, you don't have to do necessarily bad things to do good things, but the world is gray. It's not just right and wrong.
Yeah, I agree. Closing thoughts. I really dug it. I dug this episode. This was a big departure from Wrinkle. What the hell was it called? Wither.
Right.
Fucking Wrinkle, he says. You know, I don't remember any of these scenes, but I always remembered when I had a Lionel scene. It was going to be interesting, and watching this, it was just it was really cool to see. So there was some cool stuff in this episode. Interesting things to note. Lois uses a variety of references when referring to Green Arrow. She mentions William Tell, the Swiss folk hero Archer, and Errol Flynn, a Tasmanian actor famous for his role as Robin Hood. Bill Mundy, the actor who plays Dr. Grohl, also played James Beals in the season 1 episode Nicodemus. Talkville is brought to you by Factor Meals. If you haven't had a Factor meal, I don't know what you're doing. Tom, I waste so much money on these delivery services, and they have taxes and delivery fees, and I could get like Factor meals for a week at a freaking fraction of what I'm paying in delivery services, wasted groceries that I never finish or eat. It's like going to a restaurant, but at your house.
Yeah, I mean, I could go for a Factor meal right now.
You can make these in 2 minutes. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. Look, are you ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has made chef gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 freaking minutes. So you can fuel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you.
Lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor Keto meals. Based on a randomized, controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto, results will vary depending on diet and exercise.
And with 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. What are you doing? I mean, this Factor Meals is fantastic. You're going to get solid, delicious meals delivered right to you, ready right away for your busy lifestyle. Change your habits. Like if you have bad habits, this could be one habit you change with Factor Meals. And Factor can help you're feeling your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfast, grab-and-go snacks.
Everything you need.
Yeah, more add-ons. Reach your goals this year with ingredients you can trust and convenience that can't be beat. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/Talkville50off and use code Talkville50off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code Talkville50off at factormeals.com/Talkville50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Chad CC Storm.
There you are.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. Good to meet you guys.
What does CC stand for?
It's just my first and my middle initials.
So
all it is.
Chad CC Storm. So they call you CC?
Sometimes when I play. I'm a musician, so when I play out, that's my stage name.
Stormy? They call you Stormy?
That too.
I like it. Why Smallville? What got you into Smallville? Were you a comic book fan? What is it about Smallville that you love?
Was it the music?
Well, the theme song was great, no doubt about it. I wasn't really a big comic book guy. I loved the cartoons when I was a kid. My dad took me to see the movie when it came out in the theater a long time ago. I just happened to be walking by the same theater I saw Superman in, and I saw the poster for Smallville, and it was the one with you, Tom, with the S on your chest. And I thought it was going to be a movie. I was like, oh, this will be interesting. And then as I got closer to it, I was like, oh, this is a story about Clark Kent. I was like, this ought to be neat. And I thought to myself, as long as this is done right, it's going to be a great show. And it was. So thank you all for that.
I love that.
No, I mean, what I really liked about it was here you get to, it's the journey of how the guy becomes the guy.
Exactly.
You know, and we had to hold on to that I had to hold on to that really tight over the course of 10 years because, man, they really just wanted to jump right into it and a lot of times. And it's like, no, man, this is about Clark and his journey.
I'm glad you stuck to your guns and said, I don't want to wear the suit. I thought that was brilliant because if the minute you do that, it can turn into something very, very corny really quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I thought it was great to see how your all relationships played out. The fact that Clark and Lex were best friends, and that was brilliant. And then seeing a new character like Chloe Sullivan, that was really nice. And then to see everybody play out as the series progressed. So I was impressed.
What did you think? Yeah, what did you think of Arrow? What did you think of the episode Arrow?
It was nice to see a new hero come in that's going to be a catalyst for Clark to go into that next level. And you get to see Oliver Queen show Clark that there's not always black and white, that there are shades of gray.
That's what he said. He said that. Tom said that on the episode today.
Hey, gray minds think alike.
I think I said that. I think Lex said that, actually. That's cool. I'm just trying to think of Smallville. Did you watch with someone? A lot of times people say, this was a connection I had with my dad, the connection I had with my friend. Was there a connection with someone else or just alone you watched it?
At the time the show was on, I was married, and my wife and I, we watched it. And my stepdaughter, she watched it with us. And her term of endearment toward me was she was calling me Smallville, as host did. So that was always sweet.
That's great. Now, did you get divorced when the show ended? Is that what happened?
Yeah, that was the end of it. That was as soon as the show ended that we got a divorce.
You had nowhere to go. You're like, nothing to talk
Me too.
about.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you going to come see us in Chicago or at a con this year, maybe?
I'm hoping. When is the Chicago one again?
September. The cruise is in June. There's a lot of cons all between and before and after that.
Oh, I'm sure I'll make it to something. If you come to Vegas, I'll be at the one in Vegas. If you
Vegas. Oh, I would love to do a con in Vegas. The old Vegas.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch every episode of Smallville?
I did. This was the first TV series I ever watched from the first episode until the very end. I've never done that with any other show.
Really? Do you have?
Add my attention.
Do you have figurines and things? Do you have any of that at your house?
No, I only have the DVD set. I bought the series, the complete series, when that came out a few years ago.
Do you have a favorite episode or the fact that
favorite season?
Oh, I don't have just one favorite season. I think season 2, season 5, obviously, and season 8 and 10 were probably my favorites.
Yeah, things really picked up after season 11.
Shut up. You mean
season
7?
After season 7,
he was
Mike.
going to be a dick.
I was sad to see you go, Mike, because I really loved your Lex Luthor, and but I understood why you did it.
Thank you.
And it was nice to see you come back at the end.
Yeah,
that was great.
That was awesome. Favorite? Do you have a favorite moment in this episode that we're watching Arrow now? Is there a favorite moment that rings a bell? That
Ryan's favorite scene?
I like the scene in the loft where Clark is talking to Oliver, and Clark is standing very stoic against Oliver, and he's standing his ground because I think Clark now has that skepticism where does he trust another billionaire with toys? That's how I saw this, and I think he sees that Oliver can be a good person and wants to be a good person, but again, there's that shades of gray. Oliver's trying to be Robin Hood and trying to steal from the rich and give to the poor, which is a great idea in theory. But Clark's like, yeah, I can't do that. That's
yeah.
So I got it.
Chad, we've been talking a lot about this season. We believe, a few of us here, that Lana is playing Lex. You agree?
Oh, yes.
I don't think
so.
That.
You agree with that?
I think now that Lana and Lex are in each other's lives more permanently now, I think Lana is picking up on the Luthor playbook and the Luthor chess game, and she's using that to her advantage or disadvantage, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. Did you mind watching Lex and Lana hook up, or were you kind of upset about it?
I had mixed feelings about it. I mean, I think it was a general or a natural progression.
Okay.
I think. I think once Clark said that's it, I don't. When he had to kind of stand his ground and not be honest with her about who he is and what he is, but still now she can be honest with Lex about, and Lex kind of is telling her everything, but not telling her everything. So I think that relationship is also going to be doomed to fail, as we all know it will be. But it was nice to see it play out.
Well, Chad, thank you. CC, Stormy, thanks for being a fan. Thanks for being a friend. Thanks for being a patron. Thanks for supporting us.
Thank you, guys. It was nice talking to all of you.
Thanks, buddy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, now it's time for the hotline. Let's go to our patron privilege. This is Charlie T, who we love. We love all our patrons, and especially Charlie T.
Hello there, Charlie Thomas. Tom, question. Justin Hartley, what was it like working with him as Green Arrow? Was there any funny moments behind the set of working on this particular episode? I've heard a little bit, but I want to get it from the horse's mouth itself, so... Thanks a lot, guys.
Charlie.
I can't say enough about Justin. He was such a great addition. I mean, I was thinking watching the episode that here's an actor who his role as a character is to come in to inform an existing character of how it can be better. And that's not easy to do. Like, you're walking on a show in its 6th season and you're telling the other actor, you could be better and this is how you could be better. It's a challenging scene, but we got along so well. He was always so prepared. I've said before, he would show up an hour early on his own just because he didn't want to be late. I always look forward to scenes with him because he also brought this like charm that I don't think we had in Smallville before. Like, he's just charming, and he was just a great guy to be around in between scenes as well.
Yeah, I agree. Here's Noah.
Hey guys, this is Noah from Germany. If Arrow would have been a spin-off of Smallville, as it was supposed to be, do you guys think you would have liked to keep playing Lex and Clark in the ongoing CW-verse? Keep it together. Bye-bye.
That's interesting. I probably wouldn't have. I was ready to go after season 7, so I'm not sure if it became a spin-off and they kept Lex and Clark, I would do it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Yeah, I don't think I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I was very happy it was over.
Yeah, it's a lot. You're done. You don't want to start a new show that's so rigorous.
Rose, Tom, Bryce, Ryan the Science Guy, it's Nathan from Boston, Massachusetts. I got a quick two-parter for you. In that fight with Green Arrow, one of my favorite DC comic superheroes, there's no thought as to whether there were cameras in that room, because clearly Clark just threw a dude across the room and caught an arrow, but there were no cameras watching the very expensive items. I thought that was odd. And then the question for you is, Tom, what was it like shooting with Justin Hartley for the first time and in the same episode shooting an action scene with such a new element to the show? Love the show, love the podcast. God bless you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you about the cameras, but you gotta, put your suspenders on, brother. Put those suspenders on.
I mean, listen, there's no way that guy has this secret organized closet full of these weapons and doesn't have surveillance. But I will say, I just remember it being so easy to work with Justin. That's
yeah. It's when you're working with someone who just wants to make the show better and listens and is attentive and cool. Everybody wins. Amerigo.
Hey, it's patron Americo Garcia from Edinburgh, Texas. We never had Batman on the show, but at least we had Green Arrow, who for all intents and purposes is the Batman character because he's a billionaire who fights crime, doesn't have powers, uses a lot of gadgets and weapons, and he even has sort of a Batcave. Thanks, guys. Love you guys.
You're
Bye.
right. Love you too, man, but you're absolutely right. There's nothing to say about that. Yep. Michael.
Budget Batman.
Or legal Batman, because they wouldn't let us do Batman.
Hey guys, Michael here from Bendigo, Australia.
Michael.
Clark is obviously so jealous of Oliver. Do you think it's because of Lois, or maybe that Arrow is actually popular and newsworthy? What do you reckon?
I think because Oliver has the guts to do things that Clark hasn't matured enough to understand what they are. I think, that's a horrible answer, but I just think he's a guy who's actually out there doing things, and I keep dragging my heels about doing things. I think he inspires Clark to grow up.
That's a good answer. Okay, who's next?
Hi, this is Fatma calling from Pakistan. In Arrow, Lex mentions that an important lesson Lionel taught him is the greater the trust, the greater the betrayal. Do you guys believe that as well?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, if you trust someone wholeheartedly and they betray you, that's a lot more damaging than someone that you kind of trusted or you didn't trust and they screw you over. But if you really trust someone and that person how you trusted and loved and then they disappoint you or betray you, that's the hardest, man. That's the hardest. That's got to be.
Hey, Michael and Tom, this is John from Yorktown, New York.
John.
Early in the episode, Clark goes to visit Oliver and Lois, and he says that he doesn't want his mother to be indebted to Lionel. But then later in the episode, when Clark goes to see Lionel, they seem like they're friendly. Like everything's fine. So why the concern early on in the episode if when he talks to him, they're fine? Thanks, guys.
I think they're kind of cool, but he's still... in terms of he's always going to be wary of Lionel.
Yeah. He doesn't want to give him a reason to turn on them, because he may look like he's in their good graces now, but he doesn't want to give them.
Well, I didn't think about it at the time until there's a very good question. I think that Clark needs something from him. That's the difference.
Matt, what you get? Hey, Matt, what you get?
Hey, what's going on? My name is Matt. Now, my question is for you, Mr. Tom. Tom, when you were opening those doors on set in Oliver's sort of clock tower, those clock doors, we heard those sort of metal sound effects, but obviously those sound effects weren't there on the day of when you were shooting. I'm always kind of curious on moments like these. Do they tell you about the sound effects on the day of?
No.
Or are you kind of surprised when you watch these episodes?
Yeah.
I've talked about this a little bit before where I had a big thing of how heavy are these doors? You know what I mean? I would ask those questions oh, they're heavy. And so you would act like they were heavy because a lot of times they're built to move nicely. Now I think if I was on a job, I'd be like, what kind of sound effects are you going to put on this? I've never asked that question before, but it's a good question.
This is the score that's going to be going over you while you're playing. Exactly. It's going to be dramatic. And this is, I don't know. Haley H. What were your initial thoughts around the introduction of Green Arrow? Did you think it was cool or couldn't care less? I don't think I cared until he came on, Justin, and killed it.
And then you appreciated it. No, I liked it. Listen, every time we had a guest star, I was so thankful that they would be there because it just was new energy and kept things going. So it was like new blood. I always appreciated that.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, we always talk about therapy and how much it helps everyone. I know Ryan uses BetterHelp. So many of my friends
We
use
were just
BetterHelp.
talking about it with Glenn Winter.
Yeah. I mean, mental
In a
health
sense.
is so freaking important. If you haven't tried it and you're nervous about it, this is why BetterHelp is great. It's entirely online. And if you're teamed up with a therapist, and if you don't like your therapist, it's not awkward. You just get a new therapist. So it's not like you're walking in going, I have to quit. It's pretty easy. Look, what are some of your relationship green flags? Listen to this. Maybe it's when your partner thoughtfully listens or anticipates your needs. We often hear about red flags we should avoid, but what if we focused more on looking for green flags in friends and partners? If you're not sure what they look like, therapy can help you identify green flags, actively practice them in your relationships, and embody the green flag energy yourself. Whether you're dating, married, building a friendship, or just working on yourself, it's time to form relationships that love you back. Therapy with BetterHelp can teach you positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/talkville to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/talkville. Talkville is brought to you by Quince. I got to tell you, Tom, I got this $50 cashmere sweater, and it is amazing. Where can you get a cashmere sweater for $50? It's unbelievable. Elevating my style used to mean breaking the bank, but with Quince, I get high-end, versatile pieces at prices I can actually afford. Now I can upgrade my style by snagging killer luxury essentials that sync with my vibe and my wallet.
Quince has all the must-haves like Mongolian cashmere crew neck sweaters from $50, iconic 100% leather jackets, and versatile flow knit activewear.
The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us. Indulge in affordable luxury. Go to quince.com/talkville for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/talkville to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/talkville. Rosenbaum rating system. And now
I'm going to give it a 1.5 just because, maybe because I like Justin so much, but I think it resonates with Clark on his journey as a character. I almost gave it 2, but I'm going to give it 1.5.
I think it's better than a 1, but not good enough for a 2. So I'd go 1.5.
Ryan?
I agree.
1.5.
We're so enthusiastic.
Yeah. I'll give it a 1.5 too. I like it. Death and save count. How many people died? How many saved? 1 saved. Green Arrow saves Lois. Through 4 episodes, 8 dead, 11 saved. Series 185 dead, 201 saved. Ryan's favorite scene.
Clark and Ollie square off in the jewel place. I can't think of the name. What is it called? Jewel place? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever.
It's not it. Scene 2, Lana in the elevator getting evil. Or scene 3, Oliver and Clark discuss their morals.
That's it. Loft. That's the one. The third
scene
one.
3.
Yeah,
scene
3.
I
couldn't hide it.
All right. I thought in the top 3 would have been the Lionel Lex scene in the library.
No, I thought I don't know. I'm only allowed 3.
Yeah, but the first one sucked.
It was a cool fight scene, but the fact that I couldn't finish the sentence meant that it was not as cool as I had initially thought.
All right, that's it for the episode. Stick around next week as we flash back to the past and talk about season 6, episode 5, Reunion. Let's take the discussion online. Let us know your thoughts in the episode over on our socials at Talkville Podcast or Talkville Pod. Show us your support by joining patreon.com/Talkville. The grand tiers are still available. If you want more information like merch from the show or a hotline number, you can find all that in the description. And remember, thanks to our patron, Chad Storm, CC Stormy. We appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody out there. Ryan, Tom, and Bryce, we love you. And
remember, folks, always hold on to Smallville.
All right, now it's time for our top tiers, top tier patrons who give back to the show so much. And what can we say?
Magic happen.
Yeah, you make the magic happen. And here we go. Leanne P, Raj C, Santiago M, Little Lisa, ThomasTomTurner, Shane W, BetsyD, Abhi P, Rae H, KarenApple M, 99 more, Leilani N, Brett G, always hold on to Smallville, Charlie T, Garrett W, Bob K, he just messaged me, Tom N, Jason W.
Lana rhymes with banana. W, Nancy D, Brian G, Grape Jelly 817, YVR Grips, thank you, Vancouver. Amanda R, Teddy127, Michael P, Ryan R, Randy B, Craig G, Jor-El, Heather and Greg.
Heather and Greg.
I didn't think about that. I was just thinking about them today when I ran into them outside of the con in Tampa when it was raining. I got to hang out with them a little bit.
I love them. They're so cool.
I made Tuckville, Say Butts, and Brian H.
Eric K, Clark's mom, M, Clark's M. Kristen B, Jeff and Nan Weber, or Neff. Dark Achilles, Finky, early is on time. Damn, who's that? Jeanette E, Jarrett, General Zod, Theodore, Jam and J, Doug R, Carlos C, Ken the Limerick Guy, Corey L, Mr. Home Arcade, Claire M, D Brown, Karen M, Jules M, Eldon Supremo.
Brian P, Mick Burtz, Ginger Moose, Christoph S, Michelle M, 1.21 gigawatts?
It's Back to the Future.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good job, Leah W. Amanda Lynn, Sebastian F, Wolfie, Matthew and Lincoln B, Marion Louise L, Caesar G, and Cindy C.
Shannon Fofan and Tina E, Matt Maverick, Jen T, Randy S, Cassie B, Brad A, Felicia R, Danny Mo Mirabel, Mary K, Sophie L, Rachel D, Steve, and Nate Danger. When you're rich, you aren't crazy, you're eccentric. Rosenbaum fan, Sammy Sharman, Carrie Ann, the Alexander Castle. Sammy Sharman, I saw the video with you and your son. It was so sweet. The Alexander Castle, go ahead.
Daryl E, Jenny B76. I like B12s. Annie, Anna B, Monica T, Ms. M, Emily M, Jeffrey K, Katja C, previously on Smallville. Keith B, Cookie Kareem, Libertarian.
Cookie Kareem. I think.
Danny Z from Cleveland, Biagio C, Lady J, David L, Madison H.
As told by Helen. Hello, Helen. Kelowna A, Natalia, Dr. J, Sick Ship, Sick Sheiks, Sick Sheep, Sick, Dr. G and Dr. T, Kryptonite, Brandon C, Flirtatious B, Per 6, Kurgan K, Naman L, or Naaman L, Naman. Smallville for Life, Bobby B, Kendrick F, CC Storm,
Stacy L, Other Brother Derry.
Daryl.
Oh.
You know what that's from, guys?
It looks like an exclamation.
Newhart. This is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Melanie P, Staria S, Charlie M, Cheyenne F, Bobby and Isa from
I think
Queens.
that's Starla.
AJ Sison.
Starla S. Sisson. AJ Sisson. Remember he came on and said Sisson. Now we got to remember
Oh,
it.
that's him?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Sisson.
Sisson.
Well, he was French.
He said French.
Sisson.
He said Sisson, though.
AJ Sisson. Heather H, Tom and Michael's friend Mikey.
Mickey. It's M-I-C-K-E-Y. It's Mickey.
M-I-C-K-E-Y. Allison C, Claren H, Jill
That's
and
Sierra C, Kieran. C-I-A-R-A-N. I think it's Irish. I think it's Kieran H.
I guess I can't read.
It's all right. It's small print. It really is. Jill and Brett, the real Chucky B, Hubs, Radio Smar.
It's Radio Smar.
Real Diosmar. Una. Happy birthday, Eduardo. Laura C, Omar H, Chase M, Sarah C. Can you guys make it easier for us to read your name? I want to say it right, but for the love of God, we love you. Thank you for being here, Tom. Good seeing you.
Thanks, buddy.